Welcome, Virgo, to your March 2021 reading. Thank you so much for tuning into my readings and my channel. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Don't panic if I don't get back to you right away. I have a lot of people taking up my offer of a free mini reading, so I promise I will get back to everybody who subscribes and asks a question. Now, this month you start out with the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups is a very multi-layered meaning card. It talks about the main message of the Six of Cups is nostalgia and having some wonderful memories of the past, and usually it's to do with love and romance because it is cups, but this can have something to do with your children as well, and you're thinking back lovingly to the past. And this often talks about somebody from your past returning in your future or returning to your life possibly in March, because this is your March reading. And this is really someone who perhaps could have been a friend in the past, but now this relationship is becoming deeper or stronger, and perhaps even turning from a friendship to a more loving relationship. This can talk about also a lover from the past that you've had that is coming back into your life in March as well. Now, this is a card of beautiful memories. I don't feel like there's a lot of negativity about this, but what this card does talk about when it comes into your reading is honoring the past and expressing gratitude for the beautiful memories that you had in the past, and also to be forgiving for challenging times that you may have had in the past as well. Now, as I said, this could be someone from your past that is coming back into your life in the future. Now, this, I do see a significant Libra here for you. So this could relate to a Libra, or this could relate to an earth sign as well. I see the Queen of Pentacles there. That normally I would read as the Virgo card, but because this is a general reading, it could be a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn. And I do see a little goat in the clouds there in that Ace of Pentacles. So I'm really focusing on that. I'm feeling like there could be a Capricorn that is quite significant in your future, or certainly coming into your life in March and being quite significant there. But as I said, that Six of Pentacles has so many layered meanings, and one thing about this card as well is it also asks you to review the past and look at the situation, and it gets you to ask yourself whether or not you're making something a little bit more dramatic than it actually was, or making something a little bit more lovely than reality actually was. So it really asks you to look carefully at the past and review it in an honest way. Now, this, as I mentioned, can talk about your children, and sometimes for some of you it could indicate a pregnancy or just a matter involving your kids. And it also, another message of this is it reminds you to allow more fun in your life like you did when you were a kid. Have playful times, and really just go out and do fun things. Go to a park, play, do things that you did when you were a kid to give you fun. And, this can also mean exchanging of or receiving gifts as well. Now, you've got the Seven of Wands there. Now, this is that card that asks you to stand your ground for something that you truly believe in. Now, it kind of has a dual meaning. Now, this is that card where if you are coming from a place of integrity and a place of honesty, then stand your ground and you truly believe that something is worthwhile, stand your ground and fight. But with this particular card as well, it often asks you to ponder your choices, and it asks you whether or not excuse me, I've been doing that all night. It asks you whether or not the battle is worth the fight. Would you be better off just letting go of your need to chase after a particular issue and instead just redirect your focus to something that's a little bit more important, that you need, important for you to put your energy into? If you were battling something that when you look at it, you're just thinking, oh, I don't want to put my energy into this anymore. It's not worth the fight. And it just really asks you to redirect your focus into something that you consider to be just a little bit more important. And I feel like if you're able to let go of something rather than stand your ground and fight it out with someone, it's going to make you a stronger, better person. And I feel like if you have been in some sort of a challenge, because you've got the 7 and the 5 there, and both of these cards are sort of cards of battle or training to fight, learning to fight. And this could be between you and Libra, I'm feeling, because the 5 of Wands is right there in between that card that normally I would read as a Virgo, and then the Justice card, which is the card of the scales. And this is that card of Libra, as I did mention. I'm feeling you are really bored with a particular situation as well in March. It's like you don't see what it is that you've actually got in front of you. And you do have, you've got the cups there right in front of you, and it's like you could be missing an important message. You've got the hand of God there offering you that chalice from the clouds. If you look at the 3rd card along, you see that cup being offered to you, but you're not seeing it. You're missing the important message. That's what this the 4 of Cups really asks you to look for, I feel, because it's like you're focused so much on the day to day, you're not noticing that others or even your angels are offering you a really wonderful opportunity here. And you just need to kind of stand back. It's like that saying, you can't see the forest for the trees. You're looking too closely at the trees, but if you stood back, you'd see that, wow, all of those trees together, that's the forest right in front of me. And so this is the kind of energy that's there in that 4 of Cups. You're not quite seeing something that is right there, or what possibilities are right there around the corner for you either. You might be sort of stuck in this situation, looking at a particular thing, and you're not seeing the full picture. Now, with this card as well, this card's really sort of saying that you could be aware that something good is coming your way, but you might dismiss it as not being of value or not being important or what you wanted. And the Four of Cups is just saying you might want to reconsider anything. You might want to reconsider if you've kind of dismissed something as not being valuable to you, not being what you exactly want. The Four of Cups kind of asks you maybe reconsider something that you might have said no to is better than you actually think. So maybe taking full advantage of a particular opportunity that is in front of you is going to lead you to what it is that you want. And I feel like there is success. You've got that Six of Wands, and that is just a great card of success and being held up to, it's the victory card. You have really made great leaps and strides in your journey in life and the journey that you specifically are on. And it's going to be a different journey for everyone, but you are really in that position where you're getting applauded and celebrated. Now, this could have something to do with your work. You've done a fantastic job, and if it has something to do with this, something that you were offered but then you turn down, and you do decide to reconsider that and you take that offer up, you are going to be amazingly successful and victorious in whatever it is that you do. But for those of you that that doesn't relate to, you are really going to be doing a wonderful job and in your current role, in your position, and you are really being acclaimed. People are looking at your work and saying what a wonderful job you're actually you're actually doing. You might get promotions. Things are really going to make their way to your door. Things that you've really been hoping for and wanting to accomplish are really coming towards you. And you're getting recognized for your accomplishments in a public way. Like you might get an award or something like that. And for those of you that have anything to do with the media, it's a really good time to do some self promotion or some marketing with the media as well, to help promote if you've got a business of your own or something like that. This is a good time to do that. Now, as I mentioned, you do have the Queen of Pentacles there, and this just talks about a lot of magic going on around you, Virgo. Wonderful things. It's a card of abundance, a lot of gold coins flying everywhere in a lot of the decks. This particular one, I've just covered it with a crystal, but she's holding a beautiful big coin and she's very secured. Look at her throne. She's sitting in a throne and it's in the shape, it's got two goat horns or there, and two goat heads on either side, which that's what makes me think you've got a Capricorn around, because there's another goat there in the Ace of Pentacles. But her throne is a person. It's got two arms and it's like she's being cradled by someone. So I feel like there's a lot of protective energy around you right now, and it's like you've just about figured everything out, and there's this quite a secure energy around you, and you're taking a down to earth approach to a lot of your problems, and you might even be being called upon to make sure that people around you have their needs met as well. You are such a carer, Virgo. You are that carer. You're always the one that's going around making sure their needs are being met. And you don't forget. You might have a really busy life and you're running here and there, but you don't forget your family and your friends just because your career is busy. And I feel like you're going to be putting a lot of energy into your family and your friends in March as well. But what this card asks you to remember is that you need to use kindness in your interactions with others. And you might not understand the situation that they're in. So it could be that they are actually going through more than what you actually know. So just keep that in mind. But what the Queen of Pentacles often says is, with just as much care that you give to other people, you need to give to yourself as well. And you really need to give yourself that love and that care just as much as you would if you were giving it to somebody else. You need to give that to yourself as well. Now, I touched on the Five of Wands there. That is that card of, it looks like they're often that people say this is a card of conflict, and it could be to do with work. But if you look at this card, these guys are actually training. They're all wearing the same thing, the same uniform, and they're in training. And although there might be some conflict in your life, the conflict may be with other people, or it could even be with trying to choose which issues require your attention first. And it's interesting that this card is right underneath that Seven of Wands as well, which is the card that I was saying, is this conflict that you perhaps are involved in, is it even worth your effort? While challenges seem to be coming from outside of you, it's almost like sometimes the law of attraction can bring people into your life who can mirror unresolved issues that you've internalized. So when the Five of Wands shows up in a reading, it's a good time to review the possibility that the real difficulty you're facing is actually coming from within you rather than from external forces, and the conflicts that you're having are actually just things that have sparked something in you that you've had deep within you for a while, and other people have actually just brought those out. But the Five of Wands can just talk about benign challenges like going for a job, competing against other people within your workplace, or even like a sports competition if you're involved in that, and that kind of stuff, or a chance to prove yourself to your peers. It's that kind of conflict. That's sort of what I was getting up to when I was saying it's more like a training. You're kind of learning, getting better, that kind of energy as well. Now, next you have that Justice card, and that Justice card is, as I mentioned, it does signify Libra, but what this card actually encourages us always to do is to do what is right. And if you do that, you know that justice is always going to be on your side. So if you believe in something, that energy of the Seven of Wands, and you really want to stand your ground, if you are coming from a place of doing what's right and a place of integrity, you know that justice is going to be on your side. So if you find yourself in a position where someone has the ability to make a judgment or an evaluation over you, your work, or something, if you're going to court, that kind of situation, and are in a position to make an evaluation in your favor or not in your favor, when the justice card turns up, it does indicate that things will go your way, with legal contracts, and that kind of stuff as well, or any decision being made about you, there's going to be a good outcome for you. And also, if you're in a position where you have to have some contracts or that sort of stuff, it really says that you need to review them really carefully before signing anything as well. That's just a little bit of a reminder. But another thing, justice does ask you to stand up for your beliefs, and to know that you're right to hold firm to your convictions. So I'm feeling like, with that Seven of Wands and Justice there, stand your ground. If you believe that you're right, stand your ground. You don't have to be mean. You can have kindness and compassion, but just, no, this is how I see it. This is what I believe, and stand your ground. Now, balance things out. The Libra card is that card of balance, of scales, and make sure that things are balanced and equal as well. If you are going into any kind of argument or legal kind of situation, make sure you do have everything balancing and weighing out for you. And then you've got one of my favorite cards. I've got so many favorite cards, but the Ace of Pentacles is one, because that talks about prosperity, and it's such a positive card. It just talks about an inflow of abundance from the universe, and it's quite often unexpected as well when it comes in towards you. And you think of abundance as money, but that's not always the way it is when it comes to the Ace of Pentacles. It can just be a gift from heaven, some assistance. You might be needing some assistance, and someone comes into your life that is the perfect person that can help you out of a certain situation that you might be in. But, it often does come in the form of money that just kind of shows up in your life. But it can be a great idea that comes to you. Or you might meet someone who introduces you to someone else, and that can lead to success for you. This card does talk about career advancement or a business contract, or even improved health for yourself if you've been struggling with your health. But it's interesting that it's right underneath that victory card. So feeling like a lot of you are going to be, if you've got your own business or some work, you're really going to be doing very well there financially for yourself. Now, your final card is Breaking Barriers. And this is a card, I'm going to read from the book for this one, because I just love the meanings, and also the affirmations. And if you look at this particular affirmation, I don't know if you can zoom in on the card. The affirmation for this card is, I am expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. And that is such a beautiful message if you repeat that over and over to yourself when you're meditating in March. It's really going to help you just skyrocket. And the meaning of this card is, there are times to go with the flow, but this isn't one of them. Now is the time to break through self-imposed barriers. Gather your inner forces and break free from whatever is holding you back. The universe wants you to know, don't let fear or even reason prevent you from overcoming barriers. Trust your instincts and push through. Remember to keep going and don't stop. Just as it takes effort for a chick to hatch out of its shell or a seedling to push through the hard packed earth, this is your time to use supreme effort to break out of your own shell and reach the light. The energy of breaking through isn't always neat and tidy, so it's okay to feel messy and chaotic for a while. Eventually, the situation will sort itself out and peace will reign. And that is such a wonderful message, Virgo. You are really on this trajectory. I'm seeing such good energy for you in March. There's so much passion and vitality. I do see your work being a strong focus. And as I said, I do see that there could be this conflict that you could potentially be getting over in March, and just take that breaking barriers card to heart and really break through anything that has been holding you back. I feel like you are going to be successful and you are going to be doing that in March. So I hope that resonates with you, Virgos. Please make comments if it does, and don't forget, take up that opportunity of the free mini reading if you haven't subscribed. And if you're into crystals, check out my website at kazana.com.au. There's one-off crystal pieces, all one-off pieces only, designed and handmade in Australia by an Australian designer, and all of the meanings of those crystals are in that website as well. So have a wonderful month, Virgos, and I hope you join me next month as well. Bye.